This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Beebe Healthcare.
Well, CoastLife, you may not be aware that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, an important month to talk about, especially if maybe you do feel a little lost, like maybe you're struggling a little bit. And luckily, we've got a professional joining us. So we've got Véronique Prouhet Annerino, nailed it, a health coach with Beebe Healthcare.
That's brilliant.
So Véronique, tell us a little bit about why it's important to even care about mental health awareness. I think people care in their hearts, but it's kind of broad. So break things down for us a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, as you mentioned. It's really a time for us to raise awareness and destigmatize, reduce the stigma that's still around mental health, which is very much apparent, and promote resources that are available to folks, right? So we really need to continue talking about these things, to have dialogue, share stories, really share in our vulnerability. The more we talk about things, the more it helps people that may be in a certain time and space that need resources that connect with something that we say.
Yeah, I think one of the mindsets that a lot of people fall in is, we're very sympathetic and open our hearts to other people who are struggling, but we're like, that's not for me. I'm not allowed to struggle. Other people can, and we're there for you.
Other people should
but
get
I
help,
can't
but I'm
do
gonna
that.
just power
I should
through
just
on
be
my
perfect.
own. Yeah, it's not ideal.
Right.
So how do we kind of change that inner voice and inner dialogue maybe to kind of be a little more open-minded and say, okay, wait, maybe I am allowed to struggle too?
Right. Yeah. So the first thing is really knowing that you're not alone. 1 in 5 U.S. adults every year suffer from a mental illness. So it's very common.
Yeah.
And so you're not alone. People suffer through this or suffer with this all the time. And so to know that it's okay, wherever you are in your mental health journey, you don't have to be in a crisis to address your mental health. Mental health is really part of your overall health. It's just as important as your physical health. We know we should go see the doctor at least once a year, right, to get a physical checkup. Working on your mental health every single day is a part of your overall health. And so helping to be able to just meet yourself wherever you are, ask for help, seek resources is a really important way to feel less alone, more connected with others.
Yeah.
I like what you said there, because I think it's really easy to think about when you're talking about health, to go like, I should go to the gym X number of times a week and spend this amount of time at the gym doing this thing. I think it's a little harder at the beginning for people to go, I should set aside 10 minutes to focus on my mental health today and make that part of your routine.
Right, absolutely. There's a more tangible output with going to the gym and seeing the weights move from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. Right. And so with mental health, it becomes a little bit more obscure for folks. But really, it's about creating healthy habits.
Yeah.
And so start small, right? It's sort of the James Clear atomic habit. Build really healthy, small, incremental habits, and over time, they compound into sort of great return. So really small habits, things like meditating for a few minutes a day, or even if meditation seems sort of intense or obscure, just sitting and doing a couple breath exercises for a few minutes. Just giving yourself any amount of time and space where you can sort of check in with yourself, ask yourself how you're doing. We live in a beautiful area that's
very true,
filled with a ton of nature, and so the simplicity of just being able to walk outside, be with nature. If you can, go to the beach, watch the waves just crash against the sand. Those are all practices that can help you cultivate what we like to say equanimity, or build mental fortitude or mental conditioning for your overall mental health and well-being.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we say it all the time, like as soon as you come over the dunes and you're at the beach, like you breathe in that salt air and you feel your shoulders relax.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I can breathe, I can relax. So I like that you said even breaking things down into just some simple breathing exercises. Are there some other more accessible resources for folks that maybe feel like they're struggling, but they're not necessarily sure they have the funds to gear towards, maybe some of the more expensive steps when it comes to taking care of yourself with mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of things we talk about in mental health and well-being, things like mindfulness or resilience. Certainly there are apps, that are out there that you can pay for, or things like resilience, free, great ways to build resilience or start to build healthy habits. Good sleep, nutrition, movement, those are all wonderful for your mental health, your physical health, your ability to build resilience. Connecting with others, community is medicine. So really find affinity groups that are free and local around the areas you live in. Connect with others that way. And then gratitude. Gratitude is incredible. Just saying 3 things that you're grateful for each day really sets a tone, and it starts to change your kind of mental operating system. And anyone, you can do that any time of day. So do it in the morning to set your tone. Just 3 things you're grateful for.
I love that. And then
I was going to say, sometimes also, depending on who you work for, different businesses have different things, but we don't always pay attention to what's being offered. Like you might have, when you sign on to a new company, you get a million pieces of information. You might miss that this or that is available. You know, a place like Beebe is big, and I understand you guys actually have resources available to your own employees as well for that sort of thing.
We do, yeah. So in addition to the robust sort of health benefits that we offer that cover a range of mental health and well-being solutions and programs, internally we have our Be Well program, which is really about health and wellness offerings with pillars of live well, eat well, move well. During Mental Health Awareness Month, we kicked off additional free yoga and mindfulness classes, which is great. So any team members watching, definitely check out the Beebe Net. That's where we promote and market. But we'll be continuing to add robust offerings, you know, for the rest of the year and ongoing to really help with that comprehensive mental health and well-being. We also offer free training that actually anyone can take through the University of Delaware in mental health first aid. And so that's really to equip individuals with the ability to spot and see when folks are struggling or need help, and then giving them knowledge and skills to be able to offer programs and resources that can meet their needs at that time.
I love that.
And again, I wanted to bring it up. I know that's what you guys do, but I do think that for a lot of you people at home, a lot of companies do have resources.
Yes.
Sometimes you do just have to go
back
and
through that
check
paperwork.
and make sure you know what's being, you know, availed to you, because I think it's important if you have access to use that access.
Absolutely. Always check in with your HR, read your benefits packages. I know sometimes it can seem really dull, but there's a lot of great information that's out there. And just ask questions. Yeah, there's certainly things that are offered that are free, that are accessible. And when you know, also share it with your colleagues and your friends. Word of mouth is an incredibly effective resource still.
Awesome. Well, Véronique, thank you so much for coming in today and
Thank you.
giving us another really good reminder. I think we're only halfway through May, so we can continue to spread that awareness for another couple weeks here along coastal Delmarva.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Coming up next, more ways for you to help out the community, an easy way to be a hero when we get back.